Hello everyone, this is Angie at StampingWithAmore, and today I am sharing a shadow box card. So this is my, I think the 4th week of technique cards that I've done. So if you haven't seen my technique series, you need to check them out on my YouTube channel, or I have them posted on my blog at StampingWithAmore.com. But I love this one. This one is so fun to do. And I am using the Sailing Home stamp set by Stampin'Up, and this will fit in a regular envelope. It just squishes down like that, and you can fit it in. It's 4.5 by 5 1/4 regular card base, so it'll fit up. But when it pops up, it's 3-dimensional, and it's so pretty. I just love this technique. It's really fun. So let's go ahead and get started, because there is a lot of big shot work involved in this, and we need to get started. So you are going to need 2 pieces that are 6.5 by 5 1/2. You're going to need another piece that is 4 by 5, and this is for the inside of the front window. And then for the inside of the shadow box, we're going to just use the die that we're going to use to cut out our window for the front of the box. So I'll show you all that in just a second. Alright, so I am using the Sailing Home stamp set. Love this. I'm using the full bundle. So it has the smooth sailing dies, and I have all the dies out that we'll be using. I am also using the stitched rectangle dies for this one. So I love this one, and I made it for a graduation, but you can make it for Father's Day, for any occasion, Dad's birthday, but it's really a nice masculine set. And I always have problems with masculine cards, so this one has been really a gem for me. Alright, I am also using the High Seas embossing folder. That's for the inside. And then these are the rectangle dies that I'm using. I already cut out the 2 little, like seaweed, I don't even know what it's called, seaweed I would say, for the front of the card, because I wanted to cut out some of the things to get them ready to go, because there is a lot of big shot work. And then you're going to need some baker's twine, I have right here. And I already cut out the little wheel. And this is out of soft suede. These, the seaweed, these are all Pool Party that I'm using for that. And I think that's everything. These are the rectangle dies. Did I talk about that? I'm going a little fast here trying to get through this. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to score these. Alright, so let's go ahead and score these, and we are scoring them on the 6.5 inch side at 1/2, 1, 5 1/2, and 6. We're doing both pieces the exact same way. So we are doing 1/2, 1, 5 1/2, and 6. Alright, that's it for our scoring. So I picked the So Saffron for the bottom. You can use whatever colors you like, but I do love the So Saffron on the bottom here. So we are Mountain Valley folding this. And on this one, we're doing the same thing. These are going to fit together. That's what gives us the shadow box effect. Now we need to bring the big shot up here. And there's going to be quite a bit of big shot work. I don't know if we could do it all at one time, but we'll see here. So I'm going to scoot these out of the way. Got our big shot, and I am going to use the magnetic platform first. We're going to cut out our little windows with our stitched rectangles. So we're using this one here, and you're going to want to, this is the largest one that we're using for the front here. And you are going to want to center this in the center of this middle piece. And I'm going to try to get it as perfect as I can. Just eyeball it. You can measure it if you want to be particular, but you are going to need something to hold it down, like purple tape or a sticky note. And we're going to run this through. And then we have our window in here, and it looks like the front part, I'm going to run it through just one more time just to catch. I'm just going to do the front here because it seems like it didn't cut that front part really well, and I don't want to rip the front. Alright, I'm going to need my little scissors just to trim where I pulled it. That's why I ran it through, because I thought that I was going to actually tear it. Alright, so there's the front of our card. And this piece, save it, because this is the piece that we are going to use for the inside of the card. I'm going to bring up my 4x5 piece here, and we are going to center this one as well. Try to center it. You know, as best that you can here. And then we're going to run this one through. And this is the smaller rectangle that I'm using. I'm going to run it back. This time we make sure it cuts. If you cut it at a little bit of an angle, it works better. And I forget to do that a lot. That piece, the other piece, was a little bit too big to do that. So we have our inside piece right there. Alright, so we're going to have to bring it back up to do our embossing, because I want to use my ink. I'm going to use the Seaside spray. And we are going to ink up this with our little brush. You can use a sponge or whatever you want to use on this. But I love these brushes. I get them on Amazon, but yeah, they're really a game changer for me. So I'm going to do it really lightly because I want it kind of like a sky and then darker at the bottom. So I'm going to kind of do an ombre effect. Okay, so I think I got it about where I want it. I think last time I may have used Pool Party. I thought I used the Seaside spray, but that's okay. It's going to work just fine. It's just to get our water effect. And then I am going to use our High Seas embossing folder, and we're going to put this inside our embossing folder. And we're going to run this through the Big Shot. So for this one, I'm using my regular Big Shot platform because this is one of our dynamic embossing folders, and I'm using our special plate for that. And we're running this through. And then we have our embossed piece. Now if you want to add more ink on this, you can add more if you like, but I'm just going to leave it like that. I think it's just fine. And I am going to grab my Memento Black, and we are going to now stamp our birds on. You could stamp the birds on before or after, but it worked fine. I thought maybe at first that it would be hard to stamp on the embossed, but it worked fine. So we're doing the birds. And I'm going to grab my Whisper White I have for stamping here. And we're going to stamp our, we do have to use the Big Shot again for our ship and for our sentiment. And and even the die for the sentiment is in this bundle. So everything is all from the one bundle. I am going to color the ship, and it is using dark crumb cake, and then I think it's light and dark daffodil delight, and then I am using the light seaside spray for the water on the bottom. So now I need my dies. This one is going to be for our sentiment and then our little boat right here. So once again, we need to bring the big shot up here. I told you there was a bunch of big shot work, but this card is so worth it. Once again, I'm using the magnetic platform. I'm going to need to cut this down just a hair. And then we're going to do, and I might grab a little to hold this one in place. Maybe one for this one too. All right, let's go with this one. Okay, so now we have all our pieces ready. That's why I cut those other pieces out earlier, because we could be here all day cutting our pieces out. All right, so let's bring our base card part in. And I am going to actually first glue this inside piece to the inside here, because it is going to be like the border around this. So I'm going to use wet glue because I'm going to need to move it around so that I can see where I'm placing this. It's gonna, I'll show you here in just a minute, because I'm going to have to turn it, just place it and then turn it around and see where I'm at with it. So you want them to be even on both sides. So it takes a little bit of a fiddling. That's why I like the wet glue. I think that's good like that. So then I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to give it a good press here. So it takes a few minutes just to get that where you want it, but isn't that pretty though? I thought it looked really pretty. It was better than just the plain white. All right, so we are going to, now I'm going to glue these together, because I found it easier just to slide the inside piece in than to try to put it in and then adjust it. So I just found this a lot easier, is just to glue it first. I'm just gluing those two edges down. This is really, really a fun card, and it's one of those like wow cards, you know, like one of those that when someone gets it, they hardly believe that you made it. It's really, really pretty. All right, so now I'm going to do my little scene here. I'm going to grab a couple dimensionals, and we're going to pop up our ship too, or our boat. I don't know if that's considered a ship. Okay, and we're going to put that right here. Make sure it's tall enough that it's in your window, that you leave enough space that your window, it's in your within your window. All right. And then we are going to use our 1/2-inch circle punch, and I have a piece of saffron here we're going to use for our moon. I think I used Daffodil Delight on the last one, and I'm just going to color this. I'm actually going to use the lens, and I'm just going to color this to give it a little bit of effect. I'm just going to color this part, and then And this is a light pumpkin pie. And then I'm going to just use to blend the light Daffodil Delight. I'm going to add a little bit more. I just wanted to give it that little bit of orange glow to it. And I think that's good. All right, so let's add this to our little scene here. And we're going to put that there. And then we're ready to glue this and slide it in there. I'm using wet glue again because of the fact I need to get it in the center of here. I'm not going to put it down till I can see that it's pretty centered right here. And you want to make sure that it's straight inside your window. And then I'm just going to press it down. And I think I'm going to move this down a hair, if I can. Maybe a little bit, because I did tear some of that. I'm just going to move it straight down a hair. There we go. All right, and now we're ready to put our other pieces on. So we're going to grab our little wheel, and we're going to use our, what I'm calling seaweed, and we're going to attach it to here on our, so you only need the adhesive on part of this because some of it's going to hang over. So I'm going to put that up here. And you don't want it off of the edge here because you want it to still fit inside your envelope. So make sure you keep everything inside. This one I am going to cut a little piece off. So I'm going to cut it right here. And this piece we are going to put down here. Again, you only need it on this bottom half. And it looks really nice kind of hanging over the scene there. All right, then I'm going to add the wheel to the back of this. Like that, and then we're going to pop this up some dimensionals. Put that right here. Make sure you don't have dimensionals where this hangs over. Whoops, I need to scoot it over because I don't want it off the edge here. And then last but not least, we are going to make a little bow with our baker's twine. You can absolutely leave it like that, but I really liked the little bit of texture that this adds to it. And I'm going to use a glue dot for that. I'm just going to roll the glue dot in a little ball and put it behind the knot there. And we're going to add it right there. And that is it. Isn't that fun? This one's really nice. It says set sail in the direction of your dreams. So I thought this would be really cute for a graduation card. All right, everyone, that is the project today. Isn't it pretty? I really love this shadow box technique, and I hope you like it too. I hope you try it for yourself. If you need any supplies, you can go to my blog at StampingWithAmore.com and shop for my blog, and this is my hostess code for May. I hope you all have a blessed day. Please subscribe, hit the bell for notifications each time I upload a new video, and I will catch you in the next one. Thanks, everyone. See you later. Bye.